Daniela Vega.
Well, thank you both so much for joining us here, for coming to present the film. So I'm going to start with the casting and how you found. You have a beautiful voice, so I want to find out, how you found Daniela and the inspiration. Was she the inspiration, or was there another story that was the inspiration for the film?
She was the inspiration. But we first had the anecdote, like the question, what would happen if the person you love dies in your arms, and your arms are somehow the worst place for that person to die, because for some reason you are the unwanted, the rejected one. And then we started to explore different ideas, and suddenly the idea of making this story happen around a transgender woman popped up, and we felt that we had to stop writing and meet some women. And I wasn't living in Santiago, I live in Berlin, so I was a bit detached from what was going on, and I felt the need to meet who was out there. And they recommended us to meet Daniela. They said, you have to meet Daniela. She's a lyrical singer. She has acting experience. She's fantastic. And I called her, but I didn't know if I wanted to make the film back then. I was exploring, and I was looking for a consultant, like a cultural advisor. And then Dani, and then we met, and that was it. I mean, I was like absolutely touched by Dani, and we talked like for a couple of hours, and then we became Skype friends, and we kept working for a year. And suddenly I realized I wanted to make the film. I was not going to make it without a non-transgender actor or actress. And then somewhere in the middle of the writing process, I realized that she was the one, that she was Marina. So it was a very organic process. So when we had the first draft, we sent it to Dani and invited her to be Marina, and she said yes.
Daniela, so in this process, did you realize before you were offered the part that this was your part?
Primeramente quiero agradecer a todos y cada uno de ustedes que están aquí esta noche, que es tarde ya y que estamos compartiendo esta experiencia de vivir el arte.
The first thing that I would like to do is to thank everybody for being here tonight and to share this wonderful experience, artistic experience tonight. I know it's really late, but I'm very grateful for that.
Al inicio, yo sabía que estaba solo participando en un proceso de aportar a un proyecto que no sabía yo bien de qué se trataba.
At the beginning, I knew that I was just taking part in a project that I really didn't know what it was really about.
Y después de que iniciamos este proceso de hablar y hablar y hablar acerca de qué era para mí y según lo que yo veo en la vida, qué significa ser una persona trans en el mundo más que en Chile. Nunca creí que Sebastián estaba creando una película para mí.
And it's true that I have been sharing a lot of information about myself, about my life as a transgender woman, but I didn't really know where he was really going to go with all of this. I didn't know that he was going to be writing a movie where I was going to be playing the main role.
Y un día él me envía el guión y cuando yo lo leo no me lo pude creer.
And one day he sent me the script, and to be honest with you, I couldn't believe it.
Entonces lo llamé por teléfono a Alemania porque él vivía ahí
So I called him in Germany because he was living there at the time.
y le dije, Sebastián, te volviste loco.
And then I told him that I was totally crazy.
Y él así, muy natural, me dice, no, yo creo que no estoy loco, creo que estoy seguro que tú puedes hacer este personaje.
And you know, he told me very confident in himself that he didn't think that he was crazy. He was actually confident that I could play this role.
Ok.
And then I was like, okay.
Y dije que sí.
And then of course I say yes.
Y luego agarré mi cartera,
And then I got my purse,
me fui de fiesta 3 días.
and I was partying for 3 days.
Y cuando se me acabó la resaca, empezamos a trabajar.
And after the hangover, we started working.
That's great. So, I mean, you definitely, you know, certainly with a couple of your films, the last two, you've gravitated towards these films about women and these strong characters and dealing with women in love and relationships that sometimes don't work out as they hope they would. But it's such a great love story, so I'm very curious. I'd love to know more about what draws you towards these stories about women as the lead characters.
I don't know. I mean, it's you can only connect the dots if you look backwards. But as you're moving forward, you're following an intuition. And in my case, I suddenly found this like source of great emotion and inspiration coming from these stories about women. And I don't know why, really. I guess femininity, it's menaced in the world. Not only, I mean, even within masculinity, it's everything. It's in a fragile position, and it has to be probably, explored, defended, celebrated. There's something going on there. I cannot put it into words. I can put it in a film. But this is like people when they are looking for water with two little wooden sticks, and then they stop and they say, "Here." It's the same. I mean, there was something about meeting Daniela that was like click. It sounded challenging and full of potential, with the capacity of resonating with so many things that we are going through, and at the same time full of dangers. Like so many traps that you can fall into. So it was. It seemed like a great cinematic challenge. I guess that's the way of not answering your question.
There's some answers in there. I think there is also, what I really love about the story and the narrative as well is the sense of hope with, the envelope and the hope and the holding on to the possibility of a future that could have been, that might have been. And then the resiliency that she shows when, at the end, she finds the strength to go back and follow her passion. And so, as you crafted that narrative, did you think about alternative endings, or were you always clear on that through line?
No. it's, I mean, writing is a process, it's a very strange process. And so you have bits and pieces, and then you somehow put them together, and some things get lost forever, and some things make their way to the final version of the script. In this case, I always knew that she needed to end up singing. I guess I like these endings that are at the same time uplifting, but not only happy, they are complex. You're feeling something that is, you know, mingled feelings. It's not only, I guess it's a sense of victory, but embracing all the complexities, you know, and yeah. But for example, in my script, Marina was singing a popular song, not a lyrical song or aria. And Dani is a lyrical singer, so she was like, I cannot sing popular. And I was like, Dani, you will learn how to drive, fly, dance. I mean, you will learn, and I will, you know, you will have a teacher. And she was like, no, I won't. And we tried, and it wasn't working. We were like 2 weeks away from shooting, and then he came one day to my office, dramatically, closed the door, and sang an aria to me. I was like, okay, go away. I need to rewrite. That's why the character is a lyrical, is a you know, salsa singer that aspires to be a lyrical singer because Dani brought that to the film. Very stubborn.
Were there other moments like that Daniela brought, or ways in which she transformed a little bit the story, where you had taken it or originally written it to be? You, Daniela, as you know, performing in this role that you knew had aspects of your own life and pieces of stories, how did that feel? Did it feel like you were sometimes reliving or replaying parts of your own memory, or were you able to completely separate the character from your own life?
Es una película, no un documental. Una película, no es un documental.
It's a movie, not a documentary.
Y como película hay un proceso de creación de personaje que está junto a mí en el cuerpo, pero separado de mí en la experiencia.
So we are basically in this movie creating a character which is close to me in the sense that it's close to me in a bodily experience, but at the same time is separated from me, from my own experience.
Y los procesos de violencia que vive Marina los podría vivir cualquier persona en el mundo. Cualquiera puede ser discriminado alguna vez, cualquiera puede enamorarse alguna vez, cualquiera puede morirse un día sin pensar que podría morir ese día.
And all the experiences that Marina actually goes through in the movie are experiences that any individual, any human being could experience in his or her lifetime. Be it the violence, be it the love that she feels, any experience you can imagine.
Y de alguna forma lo que nosotros hicimos fue imprimir lo que sentimos cuando vemos violencia, más que intentar buscar una respuesta de lo que es la violencia, o de qué es el rechazo, o de qué es lo imposible. Lo que intentamos fue preguntarnos por qué ese rechazo, por qué esa violencia, por qué es imposible.
So basically, through this film, what we are trying to do is to make people raise questions about why is rejection happening, why is discrimination happening, why is violence happening.
Y esa diferencia entre lo que es y entre lo que es y por qué es, ¿no? Puede sonar un poco, puedo explicarlo de nuevo. Esa diferencia entre lo que uno siente y tratar de explicar por qué estamos sujetos a esa sensación es lo que la película es, una gran pregunta.
So I think the movie in general is just a big question between what you feel as a person and why you have those feelings as a person.
Por lo tanto, Marina siente y camina por un lugar que hemos recorrido muchísimas personas y no se trata de cuánto de mi vida hay en el personaje, sino que cuánto de la vida de todos nosotros hay en ese personaje.
And you know, Marina, she's walking on a path that every single one of us is walking every single day. So I think the question is not about how much I can see myself in her, but how much every single one of us can see ourselves